Okay, do I really want to record today? Well, my name is the Village Idiot, and I haven't called myself an idiot for nothing. Of course I want to record! Hello, my name is Andy, and I am the Village Idiot. I'm armed with a car and a GoPro and an unhealthy amount of time on my hands. Let's see what I've got in store for you guys today. Okay people, today I'm in Laughton on Morthen. It's very wet, it's very cold and it's very windy here, but we're here nonetheless, and let's see what I can find for you. So Laughton on Morthen, it's in S25 and it sits on top of a hill with some fantastic views around, so hopefully we'll get some nice shots of those while we're here. It's got a population of 1,241. It has one of the most iconic churches in the borough of Rotherham, which we are definitely going to see. So yeah, let's see what we can find here. And the dialing code, by the way, I don't actually know. I'll put it in the video, in the subtitles. I can't remember if it's Rotherham or whether it's Sheffield, but yeah, this is where we are today. Let's go. So this just looks like any boring old road sign, but I thought it was appropriate to mention about these. As you can see, Circle Office to the left, Newton to the right, and Brookhouse, which is also in this parish, is down the road in front of me. But if we look at the top of this sign, it says Laughton on Morthen, Yorks WR. Now for those of you who are not local, Yorks WR stands for Yorkshire West Riding. South Yorkshire used to be a part of the West Riding of Yorkshire. So you do occasionally see these old road signs which have the Yorks WR on top of it. Now it's not the first time I've seen one of these things hanging around, a defibrillator. This one is right next to Laughton Primary School. Found a mate. Fun piece of trivia for you guys. In the house in front of me there's a flagpole. I'm just waiting for a moment to raise the camera because I was waiting for the wind to pick it up. That is the flag of South Yorkshire. You very, very rarely see it anywhere. Within this parish called Slade Hooton, which we will see in a short while. So here we find Laughton on Morthen Parish Council's notice board, right on the crossroads in the middle of the village. And this way, along the high street, is the village hall. And that's where we're going now. Laughton is dotted with buildings that are just architecturally fantastic. Here is one such example. Okay, I will admit to being slightly confused. I'm following the signs for the village hall, but I can't find it, and I can't find it on the map either. I'm not sure if that's it, so hopefully if some of you Laughton residents know, you can help me out here. A little bit of rain on the camera lens, but you can see Laughton Church, which we will which we will, I can't even speak in this cold weather, we will be heading towards that in a short while. And for all you public transport people, here's the bus routes you can catch from Laughton on Morthen, 19 and the 19A. So, fun fact for you guys, just while I shelter out of a rainstorm that's just started. There used to be a pub here called the St Ledger, named after the landowners in the area, the local landowners. And you may be familiar with the name St Ledger in horse racing. It's the very self-same St Ledger who gave his name to the horse race in Doncaster. Now, as far as administrative divisions go, there's a little anomaly here. You're looking at Laughton Common, which weirdly is not a part of Laughton on Morthen Parish. It forms, would you believe, part of Thurcroft Parish, which is kind of weird, but it's true. Here's the Hatfield Arms, or what used to be. It's now all boarded up. Gates are locked. No pipes being pulled in this place. Not now. Now, I've said previously I'm not an urban explorer, but wouldn't it be great to have a look inside these old abandoned buildings? If anyone has any history of this pub, you'd be more than welcome to let me know. Now, just outside the church, I found a water pump. Now, I don't know whether or not it works, but it probably doesn't. It's probably just ornamental, but even so, yeah, that's locked in place. That's quite cool. Laughton on Morthen Parish Council are looking for photographs for their new website. If any parishioners have any pictures old on you and would be happy to share a copy, the parish would be grateful. Due to data protection, any photographs with people on who are alive today must have consent. Well, I mean, obviously this is a video, but if there are any parish council representatives, any parish councillors watching this video, I'm more than happy to bring my GoPro around the village again at some point and take a couple of snaps for you. Just putting myself out there. Okay, here we are at All Saints Church, and you definitely know you're at this church. You can see this church from miles around with that massive spire. You can see it in Thurcroft, you can see it in Dinnington, Maltby, everywhere. It reaches high into the sky. Let's see what we can find in this churchyard. There's the War Memorial just as we enter the churchyard on the right. Now, I do believe at night there are some lights that come on around this church to light it up. I would suggest this is one of those churches that you would never get tired of snapping or filming. I think I'd be right in that assertion. Now then, Laughton residents, is this one of the lights that comes on at night that lights up the church? This one is, as you can see, overlooking the entrance gate. Time for a grave walk then. Let's see who or what we can find in the churchyard at Laughton on Morthen. This is right around the back of the church. Some of the oldest graves. A couple of headstones that have moved. There's one directly in front of me here. Let's go a little bit closer to it. That's leaning over. It's looking very overgrown in this part. Although it is very well kept, I have to say. It's not unkempt. It's not unkempt. Now this is interesting. Some gravestones here that have been laid into the floor. As in, well, into the ground, not the floor. I'm saying floor because you would usually see this kind of thing inside a church or inside a place of worship. What attracted me to these was this rather colourful display of flowers. Rather nice, in fact. Now, I don't know whether I have any subscribers who are into railway lines, but I'm just crossing a line here between Laughton on Morthen and Brookhouse. Okay people, welcome to Brookhouse. Not a parish in its own right, belongs to Laughton on Morthen. Let's have a look around this little place, shall we? Little notice board just near the Brookhouse sign. And I imagine this is likely why Brookhouse gets its name, because we have right here a little babbling brook running through the village, and as you can see it's quite swollen at the moment thanks to all this rain and the meltwater from the snow and the ice. And here you go. Clearly people around here are quite worried at the moment. There's some sandbags out here and these little cottages directly opposite the little brook. I have to admit, even though the water is quite mucky at the moment, it still looks picturesque, I suppose, as it runs underneath some of these little bridges into people's houses. See how fast the water's flowing. Okay, I'm now stood underneath Brookhouse Viaduct. Now I don't know if this line's abandoned, but the bridge is still here, hasn't been taken away. Another magnificent piece of engineering. This thing towers over the village. So as you can see, the main road through Brookhouse is very narrow. That's why there's double yellow lines on both sides. And here we find the Traveller's Rest. Now I do believe this pub was very helpful during the during the first lockdown in serving meals for people who couldn't get out. Well done to you, Traveller's Rest. In fact, it even says it on their sign. Traveller's Rest Cafe, open for takeaway service. Okay, we've left Brookhouse behind and now we're in Slade Hooton. If you remember at the beginning of the video I said there was a hill that led into Laughton. There it is in the distance, and you can see Laughton Church with its magnificent spire. And that's where we've come from Brookhouse. So handily in Slade Hooton there is a information board here telling you of a waymarked circular walk. Now we are there. We've just come from Brookhouse. There. And you can see the path going all the way up to Roach Abbey, along Maltby Dyke. Now when we do Maltby, we'll be talking more about Maltby Dyke. And then it goes up around Hooton Levitt and down to Carr. Might be something to do in the future, maybe on a day that's not as bad as this. And we come to our third bridge in this parish, third railway bridge. This is one over Hooton Lane, in the centre of Slade Hooton. Whether or not it all belongs to the same railway line, I don't know. Relying on you local residents for that. Now, another red phone box, this time in Slade Hooton. And this one actually does have a phone in it. There you go. They do still exist, people. They do still exist. Amazing. And here we find Slade Hooton Hall. Now I imagine this is a private residence, so I shan't be filming much, if anything, here, but I will try and get one shot of the house. So these are the gates to Slade Hooton Hall at the other end. I imagine these are the coats of arms of the house it belongs to. Magnificent iron gates. There it is, Slade Hooton Hall. Right next to one of these old road signs. I'd be very interested to know, by the way, the number you see underneath here, Slade Hooton, Yorkshire West Riding, and the number underneath it, what that number refers to. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. Okay people, that's just about going to do it for Laughton on Morthen. I seem to have taken a ridiculous amount of footage today, so this one will probably end up being a very long video, but it's been worth it. Despite the rain and the wind, I am pretty much sopping wet through, but I've enjoyed doing this one and I hope you enjoy watching it. Don't forget, I have a Facebook group and a buy me a coffee link, which you can find in the description. But until next time, I've been the Village Idiot and I'm out.